Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is Bulleit 95 Rye, coming in at a 45.6% ABV, at least 10 years old. Now, I'm going to be honest, this bottle confuses me. So, let's just break it down what's going on here. First of all, Bulleit, everybody knows Bulleit, very popular brand. This is their 95.5 rye, which they tell us on the back is being sourced from Lawrenceburg, Indiana. So MGP's rye. The interesting thing here is that this is a 10-year version. Now, a couple years ago, they had the 10-year-old rye, and it was a pretty popular limited release. And then here in 2024, they released the 12-year version, and I've reviewed that, and I thought it was a phenomenal pour. I was walking around my Total Wine the other day and found this. And I had to do a double take because I'm like, oh, they dropped the price on the 12-year-old rye. That's a significant price drop. And then I noticed the 10-year mark on here. And I'm doing some searching. I can't find anywhere of a press release or really anybody talking about them re-releasing the 10-year-old version or that it's hitting shelves right now. So my question is, was the 12-year version limited and this is limited? Or I don't know. But nonetheless, you might start seeing the 10-year-old version hitting shelves right now, it seems. But my question is, how good's the 10-year if they just did a 12-year version? I guess let's find out. Let's jump into it. And again, Bulleit, very classic bottle here. They are known for this look, and I really do enjoy what they release, and they tend to be very cost effective. The only one I haven't grabbed yet is their single malt, because it's a little more pricey for me, personally, but in due time we'll get it. As always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some of the other reviews over Bulleit's products that I've done, links to those videos will be up above and down below. And I'll also be doing a separate video of an A/B comparison between this and the 12-year rye, just because I'm that curious. Again, I was probably looking like a madman in the store because I'm sitting there Googling and searching and trying to figure out what's going on here, because I didn't know this was coming out, and from the looks of it, I haven't seen any reports. Beautiful dark color on there, very dark oaky, a little golden color going on as well. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Ooh, yeah, that's got some good character to it. A lot of sweet undertones in here, and get that kind of sweet rye grains. A lot of tea notes as well. A little bit of ABV, but it just might need to air out a bit. That's possible. But the sweet oakiness in here, I'm like salivating. Like, it is gorgeous on that nose. I love that kind of herbal, little medicinal. Definitely get a little bit of floral in here. But for me, I'm getting some deeper, richer, oakier notes. The char levels are there, a little caramel, a little vanilla, and that black tea note. Oh yeah. And again, like, if you've had MGP's 95.5 rye, which is the rye most people think of, this is right up home plate, but that 10-year age statement on there really hit home. There is just an underlayer of sweet, almost sweet candy going on. Like a sugary sweet note. Yeah, and as I keep going back here, that ABV note that I am getting is kind of getting pulled out of there. Doesn't quite go rye bread, but definitely more sweeter ryes and that black tea note. Maybe a little tobacco in there as well. That is just exactly what I was hoping for. And it's been a few minutes since I've had the 12-year, but I remember it being a little more rich than this one. But darn close. It is right up home plate for a great rye. Alrighty, let's go for a taste. That is a good rye. It's spicy, it's herbal, medicinal, a little floral. Definitely finding those tea notes in there. Getting a little bit of tobacco bite, just a little bit of that earth tobacco. A lot of sweet characteristics in here. I love the kind of sweet bready notes I'm getting. Didn't get much of the bready notes on the nose, but the taste definitely brought it across. That chariness from the cask bringing in those wood sugars and that kind of the undertone spiciness that a barrel can bring across sometimes. Caramel sweetness, vanilla paste in there. Lingers here with a little bite of pepperiness and that kind of sweeter rye note going on. Yeah, I mean, that is classic Indiana rye. There's not a fault there. Second sip here, getting a little bit more oakiness on the taste, maybe a little bit of bitter tannins going on. But it is very simple, and I think that's the thing when it comes to Indiana's rye. Even at those higher age statements, it's still going to be classic rye. Not that that's a problem, don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing that side of things, but there's not a lot of nuanced differences in here. Once you've had a good Indiana rye, you've had a lot of them. And this is good. Good solid proof point, that 45.6, right at where that needs to be. I would have wished for a little higher, but you do you at the end of the day. Love that tea note, the little bit of earthy tobacco. And I'm starting to kind of pin down the sweet factor I'm going for right now. It's coming across almost like apricot, like an apricot ring, like those little chewies. And I think that's bringing across not only a fruit sweetness, but that candy sweetness that I was finding. Yeah, I mean, that is going to make great cocktails if you wanted something with a higher age statement for a cocktail, but to drink neat, it's a good example of something you can really get into rye with and just be open to that 95 rye because it is rye forward. And I think you're in a good place with this one. Yeah, my only big criticism here, it does go a little bitter on things here, the kind of mid to late finish as I keep sipping on it. But besides that, it's a good solid rye. Alrighty. What do we want to give a grade for this one? Well, I found this for pricing right at about $46, $47. The funny thing is, if I remember right, I think I paid about $10 more for the 12-year version when it was out. Now, that 12-year version seems to be hit and miss right now in the market, so I don't know how common it will be finding going forward or how common this will be. My biggest criticism on this is that bitterness, and the more I kept sipping on it, the more I kept finding it. I think it gets a good solid B in my book. I think that the price point of being less than $50 for a 10-year-old rye is beautiful. Bulleit coming to market with some cost-effective options, big thumbs up. The flavors are exactly as they should be. There's not a lot of complexity or nuance differences when you get into an Indiana rye, and they're showcasing that beautifully. It's fruity, it's spicy, it's sweet. Biggest thing for me is that bitterness kind of kills it a bit, especially if you're new to rye. That might throw you off a little bit. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, if you can find this one in place of the 12-year, definitely grab it while you can, because who knows how long it'll be around for. I think it's a good bottle. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Bulleit 95 rye whiskey, 10 years old. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
I even like it might not.